Abraham Maslow was a psychologist in the 60s. He came up with the hierarchy of needs. He came up with the idea that the person has two needs. They have the deficiency needs and the growth needs. And you can see that the deficiency needs are physiological needs, the safety needs, belongingness, love, esteem, self-esteem. So what he's saying here is, after we meet our physical, our basic needs of food and shelter, we could work on belonging, on the needs to be around people, the need for love. And then we move on to, once we have people around us that loves us and care about us, it starts building our self-esteem. Then we get into the higher hierarchy of needs, where we need to understand why, who we are, and why we're here. And so then, once we get to there, we get to the self-actualization. So, why does that matter? Why is it important? The reason it's really important, especially in today's society, is it's still valid. Students who come to school, they need to be sure that they're taken care of. They're not going to learn anything. They're not going to learn math, history, science, or anything of that until they have their basic needs taken care of. Then they want to belong. That's why we have a community. We have a culture in every school, every community. We have this design so the kids can become, or can be invited and belong to the school and buy into it. And then we start to build their esteem up, and all of a sudden they develop and become better people, or are more productive members of society. That's our goal, is to make them members of society, productive members, so that they're not just out there on the streets being homeless, and they have a job. So once we get to where we need to understand why we're here, who we are, and what's going on, we can get up to where that's self-actualization. And he actually sets these, the needs up. So we can see, first needs, breath, food, water, sleep. We need to have security, body, simply just the safety, just being at home, having a roof over your head. And then we move on to love and belonging. And then, we built this. And so we come to school and we expect students to learn, but we don't look at where they come from. And schools today have done a really good job, I feel, because schools are providing food, and we provide a safe environment, not only for learning. It is key for teachers to offer and supply and allow students to learn safely. I mean, they need to feel, we're trying to get rid of the bullying. We're trying to get rid of picking. We're trying to get rid of anything that would discourage the kids to learn, because we want them to have a safe learning environment. That's important in education. That's important in the person of need. Just a person to grow. So once they have that, they want to belong. They want to love. They want to be here. They want you to care. That's why, as a teacher, the school itself provides the food and the shelter, this building that we're in. Then it's up to the teachers to provide the love and belonging. Allow the students to know that they belong here, and they're loved by the teacher. After that, we start to build their esteem, and then we see how they develop and grow. And then all of a sudden they get to where they're being accepted. It doesn't matter that they're getting, that the world is so hard that nobody cares outside this environment. They have built all this, and once they get to self-actualization, they got morality. Now, coming from a Christian background, we do that also in Sunday school. This happens a long time ago when I was a kid. When I was at Sunday school, everyone felt a belonging. You belong to that. You're a family. You're part of that family. And I know schools are starting to do that. But I remember church, when I was there, I felt like I belonged there. My family was there. It wasn't my actual family, but my godly family, my church family. And they were there for you. We did things together. We hung out. We felt a belonging. And we encouraged each other. And that's what I think schools are starting to learn, is that they need to set a place for students to belong and to love and to be able to build up and learn. Because currently, as we're going through, especially with COVID, with all this stuff, the content is not as important as developing the person. And that's why I believe Maslow's hierarchy of needs is valid today. It's a roadmap. It's a roadmap of how students can be successful. And teachers, admins need to see this, needs to understand that, hey, once these two are taken care of by admin and the district, it is the teacher's job now to let's provide this a place of loving and caring and place that they could grow. And once they get to self-actualization, you've done well. Now you could teach them. Now the world could throw things at them and they have that confidence. They have that esteem that they could get through it all. So Maslow's hierarchy of need is as valid as it is today as it was in the 60s when he came up with it. It is as valid today as it has ever been. The person has all these needs to be successful, to be a productive member of society.